Thank you, Las Count Corla. This is a matter that I've raised before in this House, and indeed others have raised. There's a strong emphasis around Dublin Bay to try to improve water quality in the Bay, and it's been a long-standing issue, but it's been particularly highlighted by the number of people who are using the sea facilities, particularly since COVID. They've become much more engaged with all year-round sea swimming. I work with a group called SOS Dublin Bay, who have done extraordinary work, great research work. I've done my own research on it and found that the constituents in my area in Dún Laoghaire, and again this is replicated right around Dublin Bay, have experienced illnesses from swimming. We have seen that there has been presence of E. coli and other harmful bacteria, and what people want, and we recognise that there's a major upgrade of water services needed in the area. But there are things that we can do to help in the meantime. People want to know if the water quality is good or bad. They acknowledge that there's a water upgrade needed, but there are random things that happen that can affect water quality. A heavy rain downpour for a day or two, random movement of birds and excrement from birds, making localised problems. And what people really want to know in advance of the upgrade of the water system is, what's the water quality? And what we need to do is get to a point where you can check an app on your phone. I can check the weather, I can check the tide, but I can also check the water quality. And the reason I can check the water quality is because there's been all year round testing of the water. So we're looking for two things. One, all year round testing of the water and the provision of that information transparently to people who live in the Dublin area, so that they can know that if they go swimming, if they want to go swimming, they can make a decision about their water quality on a given day, recognising that you can have random days here or there where it's not good pending the upgrade. And the second thing, and we think this would contribute to it, is making the technology that's available, the ultraviolet technology that's available in Ringsend, available for longer than is currently the period, which had been 3 months. I believe it has been extended partially. I'd love to know for exactly how long. I haven't gotten that information from the department yet. But we have been engaged in a process now with the department for some time, and the representatives of SOS Dublin Bay and I have been in correspondence since the beginning of 2021. They met with Minister Noonan in May 2021, received a letter back which was supported from Minister Noonan in August 2021, setting out the various pieces of work that that his department would engage in, commencing work crucially to amend the existing bathing water regulations, which is SI number 79 of 2008, to provide local authorities to determine the bathing season for individual bathing waters, indeed support Irish Water for additional monitoring of the impact of UV disinfection. And we really think that if we can extend the bathing season to the realistic bathing season, which is now all year round and not just the 3 months of the summer, we can have the effect of being able to have all year round testing and be able to provide that information in a transparent way to people who want to use the water. But I have to say, I have been disappointed with the correspondence and with the pace of engagement by the department and by Minister Noonan, whose responsibility it is, since then. And subsequently, Dublin Bay SOS have followed up again with letters 25th of January, pointing out the purpose of the Bathing Water Directive is to preserve, protect and improve the quality of the environment and to protect human health. And that needs to be acknowledged. And we need to take further steps to implement that. And I'd love to hear the department's response. Perhaps the Minister might come back and then maybe I can follow up a little bit more. Thank you.
Ongoing interest in pursuing this very important issue in relation to the water quality in Dublin Bay. In order to protect water quality in the Bay, work is underway to upgrade and enhance Irish Water's management of the city's wastewater networks and treatment plants. In addition, the Dublin local authorities are collaborating on projects to improve the management of surface water catchments around the Bay. Minister O'Brien has also requested that the National Bathing Water Expert Group to report to him on how best to protect the health of people who regularly swim in Dublin Bay outside the regulated bathing water season. The Bathing Water Expert Group has been meeting monthly since late 2021. The expert group is currently gathering information on when and where out-of-season bathing occurs. The expert group has developed 2 questionnaires, one for the public and one for local authorities. This information, to be gathered within the coming 2 months, will inform the conclusions of the group and the development of advice to Minister O'Brien. This may include any additional necessary measures, including regulatory changes and/or monitoring changes. In parallel, the Bathing Water Task Force, chaired by Dublin City Council, seeks to improve bathing water quality all year round in Dublin Bay. The task force has undertaken an assessment of inputs to the Ellen Park stream catchment, as this stream is considered to be a significant source of pollution for bathing waters in the southern part of Dublin Bay. Other pressures include dog and bird fouling and wastewater discharges. As part of this work, the following actions are being progressed. Irish Water and Dún Laoghaire County Council have closed out a sewer outflow at Larkfield and delivering upgrades to the combined drainage infrastructure at that location, eliminating one source of pollution, the Ellen Park stream. The project included the construction of a new sewer from Larkfield Road to Our Lady's Grove Primary School in May 2021. Installation of a flow and water quality monitor near the outlet of the Ellen Park stream to provide information on pollutant loads in the stream just before it discharges into bathing waters. This will assist in predicting water quality problems in order to protect public health. Additionally, in Ringsend, the wastewater treatment plant, Irish Water, operated its ultraviolet filter over the winter months of 2021-2022 and are now monitoring to see if water quality improvements were evident during the times when the filter is operational. Irish Water is currently collating and analysing the monitoring data, and this analysis is scheduled to be completed shortly. The work I have outlined has been undertaken in addition to ongoing project upgrade at Ringsend wastewater treatment plant. Furthermore, the Programme for Government and the National Development Plan has made significant Irish water capital investment commitments in the period from 2021 to 2025. I'll specifically raise the additional points that Deputy Carol McNeill made in reference to advising the public in a very transparent manner in terms of who want to use the bathing facilities all year round, which I understand is the course as we really look forward to hiving out the opportunities of embracing the outdoors, and obviously any technology that we can take advantage of to make that a reality and get information right to the source, right to citizens' hands is so important. So I raised that specifically with Minister Noonan, who you've had correspondence with, and also with reference to your other points. Thank you, Lascan Corla.
I thank the Minister for his response and indeed for his attendance. I just want to acknowledge attendance from the Department, and I know this isn't his area, so it's Minister Noonan whom I've been in correspondence with, so I thank the Minister for being here tonight. I appreciate they're doing survey data. I'm a TD for the constituency from North Bray to Booterstown, and I've been telling them for 2 years exactly what the issue is. I've provided my own survey data, as of SOS Dublin Bay, so it would be nice if they would engage with us in this way. There is a motion passed by Dún Laoghaire County Council, Dún Laoghaire Rathdown County Council, to introduce all year round weekly testing. And thank you for the information in relation to Ringsend. But I have to highlight a letter from Malcolm Noonan back to the Dublin SOS group. And I'm just going, with your permission, Lascan Corla, read it into the record, because I find it a struggle really actually to follow the logic of it. And essentially it says, Department officials, together with the National Bathing Water Expert Group, are currently examining the most suitable options to provide for safe bathing water during the winter months, because winter months is where the issue is particularly pronounced, and to improve the dissemination of information around bathing water quality, both in the Dublin Bay area as well as other locations. Now, this is the bit. The science underpinning the monitoring and management plans during the current bathing season relates to summer conditions. So the National Bathing Water Expert Group are considering this in their discussions and exploring the best option for winter conditions. For example, during summer, sunlight helps to kill harmful bacteria in water. In winter, sunlight is not as effective as killing bacteria, and therefore natural background levels of bacteria in bathing waters are likely to be higher. There is also more rainfall during winter months, resulting in more bacteria in bathing waters. Bathing waters are currently designated using bacterial bathing water test results over 4 consecutive summer bathing seasons. For example, if the bathing season is extended to the full year, 12-month average concentration of bacteria will be used to determine the designation, likely to be higher than the average concentration over the current summer season. This may result in the current designation of excellent, good or sufficient bathing waters being downgraded, with the following implication. Because of the winter sampling being taken, it might identify that the water quality isn't as good, resulting in a downgrading of the beach. But what I'm really interested in is, if the water quality isn't good, I'd really like my constituents to know that, so they choose not to swim in it on the day that that's so. And it is a... Sorry, Thank you, Deputy.
Thank you, Lascan Corla. Again, I thank Deputy Carol McNeill for her intervention, and obviously as a public representative in the area, you should be front and centre in terms of the information and any ongoing public consultation or advice they're looking for from residents. But in the first instance, I will raise with Minister Noonan what you have mentioned in terms of his letter. It's very hard just to get my head around it when you're reading it at pace, but I will absolutely bring it to his attention. And obviously, I've outlined the three areas in terms of the broader context of Dublin Bay, in terms of the bathing water expert group and the local authority-led task force that is assessing target areas. But we should be liaising with communities, absolutely, and advising them of any conditions, deterioration in water conditions, so they can make decisions that best suits themselves. And obviously, in a transparent manner in a modern era, we should be taking best advantage of technologies to do that. The Government continues to invest in high level in our water infrastructure, and the National Development Plan commitment of almost €6 billion in capital investment to be undertaken by Irish Water in the period from 2021 to 2025 includes a major upgrade of the Ringsend water treatment plant. Now, I know in terms of your reference your area, which is obviously a key and very important as well. Also to note that the Bathing Water Directive is currently undergoing a review, and officials from the Department are engaging with the European Commission and attending workshops to discuss revisions required to the directive. Protecting bathers' health out of season is being considered as part of these discussions. But as you quite rightly point out of season is in season now, and that's the reality going forward. And it's obviously key for people, for citizens, to have that information at their fingertips. And we will raise the valid points that you have made. And thank you for bringing this up on behalf of your constituents. And to be fair, you have been raising it consistently over a long number of months. So we do need action in this regard, and I'll bring that back to the department. Thank you, Leska Corr.